Be Like Podcast. It's your boy K Sloan. Here with my dog.
Hey, John. That light come on. You know, that light, you're like, ding, it's like the light came on.
Mentally, you got to be able to say, I can get myself out of any hole.
Welcome back to the Be Like Podcast. It's your boy K Sloan. Here with my dog.
Jay Jones.
Hey,
We here.
Man, and we got a special guest today. A young brother that looks a little bit like me. I'm a lot more handsome, as I like to call it. Hey, I got to call it what it is. I still love you though. But nah, I'm just playing. My blood brother, Corey, aka Young Sloan Guy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh God, you know what it is, you know what to do, you know what it be. Came to be like blessed be like podcast, show y'all what it is. Give y'all drop a couple of downs on y'all.
A couple of them, just a little bit. Don't go too heavy on the sauce.
Don't go too heavy on this.
I got heartburn. I'm old.
And I'm older than him, so
He 30.
God, I feel it.
Very
I can
30.
I can hang.
You said you had some old friends the other day on Twitter. I seen that.
Hey man, I do have some old head friends. They're my only friends in this new area. I'm not digging Austin like I thought I was.
Why? Because it costs too much?
Man, I feel like if I was 22, maybe 21, maybe in a younger crowd, I'd be like, this is the life. But I'll be on 6th Street and I'll see young people. I'll be like, man, I'm old. And I'm not. And I'm really not.
Last time I went to 6th Street, I didn't stay that long. I was like, there's people jumping on tables. There's people like going crazy. And I'm like, man, if I was in college, with y'all, but
yeah,
I came to get a little Crown and Coke and go home.
That's it. That's all I came for.
I'm wall hugging all night.
Wall hugging.
Yeah.
Nah, 6th Street. I definitely ain't spent more than 2 hours on 6th Street since I was about 23. So anything other than that, I don't care what time I go. 2 hours all they get out of me. It's just too much. It's just after a while you start getting just drained from the environment, man. It just be like just
too much.
Once people start walking, too loud. Somebody start shooting.
We lost our car, remember?
I do remember that. Chronicles.
Lost our car on 6th Street.
Yeah, man. That was crazy.
That's tough.
Yeah, that was tough. I legit lost the car, Jay Jones. Like I didn't know. I had no idea. Like not even bro, I walked back to the spot where I thought it was. It's like at 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I was like, bro, I'm not even drunk. I was like, I don't know where the car at. Man, bro, that was crazy. We probably walked like half a marathon that night.
Yeah.
Looking for the car. Never found it.
I go back to Killeen and then back to Austin to come find it.
Yeah, like I ended up calling my partner, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. Kyle came from Killeen all the way to Austin like 4 in.the.morning to come get me and Corey. Took us back, and then I had to come back the next day to see if I could find my car.
Where'd y'all find it?
It was a lot easier because it was the only car on the lot.
Right.
Yeah, and it actually found it. Bro, it's like off in the cut because like they'll give out extra parking, like they'll have extra parking for the big events. And I think we went down there for something crazy, bro. And man, I learned, bro. I was like, next time, bro, I'm gonna drop a pin. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna put down notes. Like if I know I'm somewhere far from the car, bro. I was like, man, that was stressful.
Oh yeah,
stressful. Corey over there is like, hold me, big bro. I'm like, I got you, bro. Like it was like a little bit.
That's not what happened.
That's not.
I wasn't even there, and that's not what happened.
No, that's way. I stopped the cap. That ain't happen. But it was crazy though. It was crazy because they got like the most homeless people, like the most homeless population, like in Texas. So it was wild. It was wild, bro. It was
a lot of bums trying to help us out. People ain't got no home trying to see if we was good.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all okay?
Y'all good? That was wild. That was definitely wild. But nah, man. So we know you out there in Austin, though, kicking that music up, man. So let us know about Sloan God. What Sloan God got in the works right now? What's new?
I mean, I talk about Sloan God as though it's not me, but Sloan God got a lot of stuff going on, man. Like, I got a lot of concerts. I got a lot of things going on, and the crazy thing about the things that I have going on, a lot of artists ask me, they're like, how do you have these concerts going on? And COVID just ended. Like COVID literally just ended. How are you having all this stuff going on? It's just, I'm making networks with people. I make networks. I link up with people, whether it be a big event, whether it be an event where we're actually going to get something done, or whether it be just people just wanting to link and network. Those people are going to let you know where to be. They're going to be like, look, I got this event. Look, if you're willing to do this for free, then, you know, I'll put you in this leeway. They'll hear your music. They'll be like, you know, this sounds great. Come to this showcase. Now you're going to showcases. Now you're going to places that's offering you money. Now you're not just doing it. Now it's not a hobby. Now you're actually getting paid because you're doing well. So I just start working up the pole, and eventually people start to hear me. People start to put a face to the name. I don't necessarily have to do music videos just yet. They're already putting the face to the name because they see me live. They're just like, man, you got that somewhere. Now it's starting to be easier to network myself.
Okay. So you just networking pretty much.
Networking throughout anything, to be completely honest, even to the point to where it's being downtown and being around a lot of people who own a lot of those buildings. I'll network with people who are up there. I'll even go to their office and then they'll be like, look, I like what you're doing. I have friends that ask me, they're like, if I invested my money into you, how would I get my money back? Like, if I put my money into you, how did I know that I can get that back tenfold? What are you going to do so I know that this investment is going to benefit me and you?
Yeah. People want to know that rate of return, man. Ain't nobody trying. Yeah. We could tap into that, but and I know you got your new project. You told me you're working on right now. What's the name of that, and what's the progress on that? What we looking at? When's the drop?
I'm trying to drop it by May 27th. Drop an album called To the Moon. It's going to be about 17 tracks. It's doing pretty well, I think. I'm going to have it done probably by the 15th. I got 2 songs that I already dropped on it. In My Zone that I dropped. You can check that out on Apple Music, on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube Music, really anywhere. Whenever I put my music out to so many distributions, so people don't get to the point where they can be like, oh man, I don't got no subscription to, oh man, I don't got no, well, you know, it's free. Go ahead and check it out.
Yeah.
And Bucky project, it's happening. It's a takeover. It's a movement.
That's what's up.
You say To the Moon coming out when?
To the Moon, it's gonna come out I'm gonna have it done by the 15th, but I'm gonna schedule it to be done by the 27th.
Okay. Hey man, just remember, the art is the art. It's the art. It's the art. So, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta. Hey, anybody try to call that art out? They trying to be like, hey, drop that on. Nah, it's art. You can't rush art. You know what I'm saying? You can't rush art. So whenever you ready, drop that thing. But man, Jay Jones, how you feeling, big dog? Big dog.
Hey man, I've been traveling a little bit, you know, but I'm still blessed, highly favored. I'm glad to be here, you know, but I've just been moving around a lot, man. Moving around. Houston, Corpus, Dallas, Austin.
That ain't nothing to do. That's nothing to do.
Vegas. I'm going to New Orleans next week, and then 2 weeks after that, I'm going to Mexico. So
what you doing out there in Mexico?
I had a passport since August 2020.
Oh yeah.
No, July 2020. So almost a year now. You know, 10 months, and I ain't got no stamps because Corona kind of put a little fear in my heart. It was a lot of fear in my heart, but I was like, man, this passport you can't just be sitting here looking at me. So I'm going to get that first stamp. I've never been outside of the country, so this is my first time in June. So after that, we to the moon, you know what I'm saying?
To the moon. Own that. Nah, you know what? That's dope though, bro, because you know what I'm saying? Me and Corey been to Jamaica a couple of times. Those are the times I've been out of the country, but I mean, I ain't really went nowhere else. I heard Mexico beautiful though, bro. Like if you go out there, they say like they got like these beautiful mountains and like they got like bodies of water out there that you'll probably let it check out. But we going Cancun?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's like
he got long money. He got long money. He go places he don't even know where he going, man. Something like that.
Somebody else set it up for me. It was, you know, I just joined in on the crew.
But you see what I just did?
You wasted.
I got wet on the light. But you know what? We tapped in though. God said this podcast was wet, so it's dripping.
No. God also said, "Let there be light."
Let there be
that's
light.
what we doing.
Water and light, water and light. So, man, let's go ahead and get tapped in, man, because Corey had a series of topics that I think are really thought provoking and very engaging. So, let's kind of tap in, then, LeBro.
All right, man. Let me go ahead and start with our first question. My first question is going to be, how do you invest in your craft or your business while making money?
How do you invest in your craft or in your business while making money? So, I guess I can speak on that. Like, I'm not a professional, you know what I'm saying? I ain't made a whole bunch of money, but I have done some investing as of recent, especially with us getting the podcast off the ground, selling merchandise now, and just a couple other things. I'm also a personal trainer, so I got to invest in that as well. But I mean, I guess the first thing I think of when you say that, it's like budgeting. You know what I'm saying? Like the big part of that would be putting your money where it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Like understanding that every single dollar you got, it needs to be going somewhere. Like you don't gotta have a lot of money to do something with your business. You just have to have some money. So if I got literally $1 and I got $1 from Sloan God for whatever service I provided him, I need to cut that dollar up in two or three ways. I need to cut it up so I got, probably like 25 cents going towards the business. You know what I'm saying? I got another 25 cents going towards my personal, and I got another 25 cents probably going towards things just in case emergency. Family might even make that 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got a lot of money in that situation, but I got it divided as a budget. So now I know at the end, when all of my money I know that came in, I know where it was dispersed to. I could say, okay, I'm not paying enough attention to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing too much here, or I'm spending too much of my leisure time. Maybe I need to take some more of those dollars and kind of scrape those coins together and put them in my business, because there's certain things, bro. I feel like depending on what your craft is, like for us, like, bro, I believe a Zoom live call, we talked about this other day, Jay Jones, is like $10 a month. You know what I'm saying? And like the money I make is a lot more than $10. You know what I'm saying? Like if Jay Jones, we put our money together, that's like a penny in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing. So being able to kind of just figure out ways to create that budget so you know where that money is going, it could take your business to the next level, I feel like, or your craft. But I'll let y'all tap into that.
That's 100% true. Every time I get paid, kind of what you said, I pay myself, but I pay myself in other ways because I know stagnant money don't make me any money. So when I get paid, I usually get a stock, or like you said, the LLC that my brother and I have, we put something towards that. We have a bank account towards that, trying to buy box trucks and just have enough money to invest in one box truck to turn it into 10 box trucks. You know what I'm saying? So every time I get paid for my actual job, I pay myself somewhere else. So I basically have like 3 bank accounts. And usually my checking account is the lowest, has the least money in it.
How you thinking you broke? You look at it, but you know you got
right. So yeah, I get on Wells Fargo and it say like 382, and I was like, well, that mean I ain't doing nothing this weekend. But my savings account might have more, than the LLC account might have more, than my stocks might have more. So basically, I invest in myself. And make sure, like Kerry said, divide it up to where I still can pay bills, but everything else is growing too. So.
And Core, what you thinking about that, bro? Like, what's your mindset behind that?
I guess in my line of work, what I do is I feel like the studio time that I put into it, I might cut off a little piece of my check, maybe like $100, whatever the case may be, to give it to studio time, to give it to, if I do got to go over the $100 limit, maybe an engineer to master my song again, whatever the case may be. I know that I'm putting it to my craft, and I know that I can make money off of that. So I don't think of it as a loss coming off of my paycheck. I'm just thinking of it as I'm investing in myself. Like I'm not going to make myself if I don't want to put into myself. So I do think of those small investments, whether it do be those small little $100. Somebody might think it's small $100, but I got my music mastered. I got this to the distribution service. I got this. So all my stuff sounds so good to the point where people are like, man, that stuff sounds great, but I worked hard for it. And I worked piece by piece. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't just drop a whole bunch of money to make everything look good.
I think that's dope. The presentation of things. I was listening to somebody talk about that the other day. It's just like you should definitely overpay for presentation. They were talking about like with the business proposals, like if you pitching something or this is something the first time somebody sees Sloan God or the first time somebody sees Be a Light podcast, you should overpay for the presentation of what that looks like so that people can understand that you really believe in what you're doing. Because if it look jacked up or if your music sound like you sitting in the bathroom and you speaking into a cup, it ain't gonna be that type of energy when people listen to it. That's gonna be like who is this? Like what am I listening? Turn this off. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not. I don't even want to listen to that. So that you understanding that right now with the budgeting part of it, that's big, bro. Like that's the first part of it. And I love what you said about the rate of return too, man. Like just like we was talking about before the podcast, you got to know what's the potential of this energy because I'm spending money, which is energy. What's the potential of this energy that I'm putting into this? What's gonna come from
Yeah.
this energy? Is this gonna multiply, or is this just gonna, be a little bit of an addition? We got to understand, what's the risk that we taking, and then when we take them, then we can believe in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like on that.
And then sometimes your first impression is your only impression, especially in your line of work.
Yep.
Some people hear one song. Carrie knows this about me. I can hear one song, and hey, well, there's some artists that I just want. Yeah, some artists I'd be like, and then Carrie's like, man, give it a chance. They people grow with the music. So like 6ix9ine and stuff like that. I will never. I don't care. You can pay me to listen to them. I make money somewhere else. So
yeah. I can't rock with 6ix9ine either, but I feel you though. But Jay Jones definitely makes up cancel culture. Like Jay Jones, he gonna cancel you. He gonna he gonna cancel you. You done. So you really got one chance, probably one, maybe 1.5. I think he gave Uzi a couple more than. Did you? Anyway, Corey, go ahead and hit the next question. Corey, go ahead and hit the next question. Who got?
Man. So the next question is, how do you manage your time when it comes to your business? Like, so as far as work, profession, my line of work, music, studio time.
Okay.
Yeah. And my line of work, well, basically my job is usually 8 to 4. Now my phone is basically, I call it my business partner. So sometimes when you get home from work, you want to lay down, you want to play Madden, you want to do something that's not productive. So sometimes, like today, actually, I came home and I didn't want to do anything, and my phone started beeping, and it reminded me that I had to read, I had to write goals, I had to do stuff. So basically, accountability, having somebody like Kerry, he always calling me, telling me ideas and stuff. It makes me it kind of reminds me, hey, I might be tired, but I still have to do stuff. I still have to stay productive because at the end of the day, I have to have that millionaire mindset. You can't. Millionaires don't come home and watch Netflix for 8 hours. So, I mean, I guess after they become millionaires, they might. But in the process,
in the process, you're gonna pay.
Right. Yeah. So, basically, I try to remind myself, hey, I did go to work, and that, but I'm working for somebody else right now. At the end of I can't say life. It's really in about 5-10 years, I want to be working for myself, or want people working for me. I want to own. I always say ownership is my goal. So I can't come home and lay down and sleep and play Madden and watch Netflix. So my business partner right here, my phone always reminds me, hey, get up, hey, do something. Hey, I have alarms throughout the day to just remind me to take time to stay productive. So
no facts. And I know when I saw this question at first, Corey, I was thinking manage your time makes me think that there's never a good time to do a lot of things. Like there's a lot of stuff you're gonna want to do or that you need to do that won't really feel like, a good time to do it, like when it's time to do it. And I say that with, what I'm saying, when you got a career and you trying to get yourself off the ground and you trying to provide for your family, you trying to make sure you got the funds to do the things you need to do and take care of your business, it's like you really never have that perfect time. And honestly, I think it makes you a different kind of beast when you're able to manage, the obligations with the free time. You know what I'm saying? Like the growing within your free time. Like, okay, I work from 8 to 5 doing this. But after 8 to 5, I got my 5 to 8 that I'm doing this. And I'm doing that no matter what. Like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to do that. And I may not feel like doing it because when we get out of work, bro, you be tired. You be thinking about the day. It's like, bro, you got to get a healthy diet. You got to get accountability partners. And you got to, have some type of faith base because you're not going to want to do it. Like, you just not, the time, even if you slate the time out and you plan everything down to the T, there's gonna be a point in your day when you're not trying to do it. Like you just not. But I think when you know what you have at the end goal, then I think it helps kind of ease the pain during the moment. Not saying it's easy, but it makes it worth it. And I think that's something that time management makes me think of because I'm not the best time manager, but I do have a better view now at this point in my life of what the end goal is. So because I know what that place looks like in my head, I have it mapped out, then I know I can't go to sleep when I get off work. And if I do, I got like 45 minutes, bro. Like that's all I got. It's like after that, like you got to get up and you got to get to working because at the end of the day, if you're trying to build something for yourself, whether that be your brand, whether that be your business, whether that be your artistry, you're gonna have to put time in. And it don't matter whether you work a 40-hour, 50-hour work week or not. You still got to put that time in. So that's kind of what I think about with that time management, just knowing your goals, like being able to say, like, target is there, I'm gonna get there or not. And the only way I'm gonna get there is if I put in that time. I have to put in the time. It don't come on discount. I can't cut corners. I gotta do the right. I gotta do the work. But what you think, Corey?
Um, really, I kind of just really agree with what Jay John said. I feel like it really stems off of millionaires aren't sitting down, watching Netflix. Whenever I sit down and I'm playing video games, I'm thinking like I have moments where I'll just stop and be like, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm really not getting paid for this. Nobody is paying me to play these video games. I could be writing a song right now. So outside of my work, I could be writing music. I could be writing so many notes. I can be writing so much down that whenever I get the opportunity to hear a beat or whatever the case may be, I already have it. I already have the whole rubric. I already have everything that I just need to put into play. Now everything's starting to fall into play and I'm not thinking about playing video games. I'm not thinking about going and spending money that I don't have. I'm focused. I'm focused on going to work, getting that money, taking that money out of my work money, doing this. You got to do that so you can have that relaxed time.
Yeah,
That's the big thing. I was about to say time management also means what you just said, relax time too. Because my boy Sloan, he'll run his show. I'll be like, hey man, chill out, go to bed. Sloan, Kerry Sloan will run himself for 24 hours. So having that time, like I say, I do travel. I made money, I save it, and then it's to the point where like, okay, I'm about to spend something. Because it's you enjoy when you're away from work. When you can wake up on vacation at 12 o'clock sometimes and go see water and mountains and stuff, that helps your mental health. So that's another part of time management. You need to do stuff for yourself at the end of the day. So.
Nah, big facts, man. I know it be like that, man. It's just like that's something that I'm coming to terms with now. Like I'm taking my time now though. I'm sliding in my relaxation time, especially having my daughter with me, because I mean y'all both know I'm a single dad. So I gotta make sure that I slide in movie time on weekends. Like I gotta slide in rock and jump time. I gotta slide in, you know what I'm saying? Like little things that she wants to do, volleyball games. Like that's my relaxation now. And I have to make sure that's what's beautiful about having a kid too. Is like kids kind of make you sit down. You know what I'm saying? Some people see it as a negative thing, like when they be like, "Oh man, you having a kid." They know because people know that once you have to take care of a child, you have so much time you have to dedicate to them. But there's a lot of parts of, I guess, child care, taking care of your child that helps you relax, like being at a park. You know what I'm saying? Going to the pool, that's a relaxing experience. Like if you not the one, cause I ain't the crazy one. I'm not jumping off monkey bars and all that stuff. I be sitting back, you know what I'm saying, chilling, like meditating sometimes, like sitting there thinking about, what's gonna be the next move, or thinking about just anything. It could be anything, man. Like just relax, like just chill. So yeah, I'm growing in that. But time is of the essence, bro. It don't stop for nobody. So I know that now, you know what I'm saying? But more so than I ever have. Like it God blesses us with 24. You know what I'm saying? God bless us with 24. That's all you gonna get, but that's all you really need.
You better use it though, because it goes by.
Yeah, and then you got another one, and then them weeks start rolling up, and then them years start coming, and now you trying to figure out where it all went. So that's how I feel about it.
Question 3.
Question number 3. Where do you see your skill or your talent you in the next 5 years, or do you see your skill or talent taking you in the next 5 years?
Skill of talent. Take your neck. You go ahead and take that real quick, Corey, since you the artist here.
Uh,
You the dominant LeBron James of the skill right here. That's what's really driving your brand. So you talk to us a little bit about that. What you thinking? What you thinking about that?
if I were to say that I don't see my skill taking me anywhere in the next 5 years, honestly, I should quit today. I feel like if I tell myself that I don't see myself making the next 5 years, like, man, I probably just see myself doing, small time. If I weren't to give you the biggest, most extravagant idea of me performing at Coachella with the baby Meg Thee Stallion and G Easy, then I should quit today. Like, it make no sense for me to give you these small time, goals in 5 years. In the next year, in the next couple months, I plan on having those dreams. Like, that's not going to change. I think my people's long-term dreams are my short-term dreams. So I know that I'm in the next 5 years, I should be at that level of those people that people are listening to daily. I have a track that people listen to, like, hey man, you heard about Slum God? Yeah, definitely. Like, who didn't? Like, it's to the fact, like, are you stupid? Yeah, of course I've heard it.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah. You know what? I rock with that. I rock with that. I feel like as far as like skill, I mean, I feel like honestly, when you say skill, it makes me think of things that are like have been beaten on over the years. I don't know why I think that when I think of skill because like I think of just like I made myself able to do this. So if I say skill, I got a couple skills, and with those skills in the next 5 years, I feel like I should be able to help a lot of people. Like I should be able to make my skills useful to benefit those who really need it. So like, you know what I'm saying, in the personal training space, I'm expecting to have, some big names, some kids that big names and small names, some kids that are really on the circuit of like the combine circuit, kids that's really trying to push themselves to that next level, go D1, become top tier athletes. Like I'm still doing that and I love doing that. And then I also see myself and this man on this car just kind of making some waves as far as like with the events that we doing, with the merchandise that we putting out, with the just the overall impact that we doing for people, finding more ways to be able to just help people through the dark places, man. Because um, even as we grow more as people, I feel like that's when we need like it's like we keep hitting new levels and you keep achieving new milestones, and you like, man, like I feel like new devils start showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like the best way to combat those is gonna be to constantly be finding ways to advance everybody else. That's how I see things. Like I feel like if I learn how to better y'all, then I'm gonna better me. And it's gonna keep happening back and forth. So I plan on 5 years from now just finding out some innovative ways to be able to help people grow. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
thinking right now. 5 years. 5 years.
And yeah, he said the same thing with me is in 5 years, yeah, I'll be a business owner. In 5 years, yeah, just be a light is a movement. Carrie and I were talking on the phone the other day, and we DM, athletes, we DM people with millions of followers, and sometimes they don't hit us back. But Kerry said one thing that stuck with me. He said, "That's all right, because in a couple years, they're gonna be hitting us up.
They're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to hit us up." So that's the thing. Stuff like that stick with me. It's like right now, I might be like, "Dang, I tried." You know what I'm saying? I tried to hit up Lamar Jackson or whatever. I haven't Lamar Jackson, but if hit me back if I do. But but yeah, some people don't. Some people don't. They read it, or they don't even read it, and Kerry's like, "Oh, you good?" And in a couple years, maybe a couple months, people gonna be hitting us up. So that stuck with me. It kept me going. Times when times get hard, you're like, man, why are we doing this free? You know, getting however many views, but when you see the end goal, like y'all both said, it's kind of like, yeah, in 5 years, yeah, be a life. It's a movement. It's a
Yeah.
movement. So yeah, in
Awesome.
5 years, people rocking our clothes, maybe our shoes, be a light. Beard,
Beardo.
oh, we got that coming up. So you know what I'm
Nah,
saying.
facts. Yeah. Man, the way I see it, bro, I feel like, man, you got to make it like that. If you doing something, if you in a space, you should dominate that space to the point where anybody else in that space got to rock with you. Like Corey, when I asked you about, you know what I'm saying, your promotions, because Corey doing promotion as well. Like when you promoting people that's making music in your genre, you know what I'm saying? That's your space. Like anything associated with your space, you should be in. So these people that are doing, you know what I'm saying, they putting out positive messages, they making positive content, they making motivational content, they uplifting black people. Like at some point you're gonna have to work with us. So you could big time us all you want, but I mean, when you come in, we gonna work together at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the price going up. Like it ain't
Price
steady.
going up.
Price going up,
Price
bro.
going up.
Like right now it's all free. You know what I'm saying? We all love, but it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like we need to respect, the growth. You know what I'm saying? The growing growth of everything. And Corey, just like you said, bro, like in 5 years, yeah, the content that you putting out, it should be on that level because you put 5 years of work into it. Like if you getting better, 1% better every day, then in 5 years, you should be looking at a crazy growth, like rapid growth. And that's what it's about. It's not about where you at, it's about the growth. Because if
Mhm.
you start at ground zero and you go to 10%, you grew. Like you take that to the bank. You know what I'm saying? You cash that out. That's a return on your investment. And I think that's what we're looking for here with the 5 year plan. Is just growth. Like we need to grow from where we are right now. And that's in the action steps that we carrying out every single day. So for sure.
Absolutely. Question number 4. We ain't there yet. We
Ain't
ain't there
there
yet.
yet.
There yet. But anyway, question number 4 is, when did you figure out that your skill would benefit others? Like, at what point of your career, at what point of this journey, you realize, man, this is really beneficial to others. Like, this ain't just about me. It's not selfish anymore. It's benefiting others.
I would say, so the biggest time we were coaching that hard, GA and coaching whatever, but we were doing it basically for free. But you saw the growth, and you saw like freshmen going to sophomores and juniors. So you saw progression, you saw growth, and just the kids coming in and telling you like how much you helped them. Not even on the field. Like the kids will come talk chop it with us. They see us walking to class or walking around the field. They just come, just like, "Hey, coach," and you just see the smiles on their faces, and the advice you could give them because you've been through it. Well, we've been through it. We played college football, so that's when I really started to lay back and go home, and it was worth it. It was like, man, I know we're doing this for no money, basically, but I didn't even care because it was worth it at the end of the day. Watching them kids smile and have fun and play football, something they love doing. So that's when I really noticed it. Because when I was a captain on the football team, my head was too big to realize that I was even helping people. I was just worried about me at the time. But when you serving people and
Mm.
you see you serving people, it helps you. It's like, dang, man, I'm helping these kids out. So that coaching really helped me realize that. So,
Facts. I mean, I feel like I can agree. I can attest to that. You know what I'm saying? Being out there, Hard Simmons, that made me realize that. And I guess like over the years, like I've just always been attracted to broken people. I've always found broken people everywhere I've gone. I don't know what it is, but I've always been able to resonate with people that ain't got it all together. And for some odd reason, people always felt like I had it all together. So when I noticed that, you know what I'm saying, like I'm just like you, people call you broken, but they don't call me broken. But the only difference is that I see myself a little differently than you see yourself right now. I think that changed everything for me. Because I was like, man, I've hung out with bad crowds my whole life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when we was little, Corey, like I used to always have some friends that was in some stuff that I had no business being in, but I just didn't get caught. That was pretty much what it was. And I think a lot of it is like I just always wanted to find people that was real. Like I always wanted to be around real stuff. I ain't like being around phony people trying to act, people trying to be on something else. I want to be around, the people that was keeping it a G. They was maybe gonna tell you the truth even if it ain't sound good. A little rough around the edges. That's my type of crowd. But at the end of the day, I felt like the misunderstanding because of the inability to communicate for a lot of people that I rocked with is why they ended up staying over here and I ended up being over here because I could communicate. That was the only difference. So I was like, boom, okay, let me find a way to code switch then to be able to bridge that gap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in athletics, that was something I always believed in. Like, I'll always end up politicking on my teams because, you know what I'm saying? You got these guys over here, and I don't rock with these guys over here, but it's because they don't understand them. So they don't even deal with them. They just build that little barrier. You know what I'm talking about, Jay Jones? Like, it be cats over there, they label them as like, you know what I'm saying, the cats just can't get right. Right. But
right.
it's like it ain't that. They just don't know how to communicate. And they like to isolate themselves now because they feel like we might as well own this. But in reality, I'm like, bro, like let's let's kind of be able to communicate how we feel about this so that we can stay with the team. So we could all be together and we could all be successful because those are the best players. Those are always the best players. So seeing that like that on the athletic front, and then moving into now what we do now with helping people. And then I'm a teacher now. So I see that in the kids in the classroom. And it's just, I always find myself gravitating towards broken people. So I always want to help them people get to where they can at least be a little more fully functioning within the communication realm. You know what I'm saying? Like be able to communicate with these folks, like be able to tell them like, hey, that wasn't right to me. And they're gonna have to respect that because you a human. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, needs to be consistently pushed out. So that's when I noticed that was when I always kind of gravitated towards broken people.
Okay. To touch on perspective, I feel like I didn't know what a feature was when I first started doing music. I honestly did not know what a feature was. I didn't know that people got paid to get on each other's songs. I thought everybody was generous. I thought everybody had a good heart, just like me. And I went in the studio and I would always do music for people. And it started to, when other people would start to address me and be like, hey, I'll pay you this much to get on your song. And I'd be like, you're going to pay me to rap on your song? So like I get to have fun and I get to rap on your song. I was like, that sounds pretty awesome. Like I feel like I can actually make a living doing this. Like that's cool. Like, and people would just listen to my music and tell me about how they feel about it. Like, hey bro, that gave me chills. That starts to make me think, okay, now this I'm actually have a gift or actually have a talent. Now I can actually start to produce more of this and have more people be like, hey bro, keep on going. Hey bro, you should definitely rock with that. Take that away, do this. When people start to give a little bit more insight, that means they care a little bit more. If they do or if they don't, it doesn't matter. The feedback is rewarding, regardless.
Even my feedback?
Huh?
Even my feedback?
Feedback is not rewarding.
Hold on. Did you tell your brother to rap like Roddy?
Hey, hold up. So he knows. So you saw the message when I told him.
Yeah, like when I'm
reading. No.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to tell him that. What's his name? What's that rapper name? Moray.
Question.
Yeah. All right. So Corey sounds a little bit like him, but I said he kind of sounds like T-Pain. The guy Moray sounds like T-Pain, but he rapped like Roddy. And that's why I was saying that he sound different.
I was like, I read because it was over the questions. I was like, did he just tell his brother to rap like Roddy?
Nah, I would never tell the man to rap like Roddy Ricch, man. I don't tell him how to rap. I just be telling him sometimes, like, little things. I kind of throw my little 2 cents in. But I feel like, man, music was always something that, what I'm saying, we grew up around. I mean, I understand music. I just didn't really fall in that realm, man. I got a little
same.
And Terry was a rapper.
Not too much, man. Not too
hip hop, pop lock.
Pop lock.
Him. He had the snapbacks. He was a rapper.
It just never stuck for me. I mean, I don't know, man. I might even hop on the track here in the future, but it's art. You know what I'm saying? It's art. Me and Jay Jones, they has a freestyle session.
But I say you might have a BLI remix on the song.
Yeah, we might have.
Get both of us on that. Send me the track.
Yeah, we're gonna eat it up. We're gonna set it on flames and get back to you. Chop.
And then I'm gonna retire after that.
But it gotta be all clean though. You gotta give it a
one hit wonder like John B.
Yeah. One hit wonder.
You gotta. This dude. But I think we got one more though. We got one more.
Okay, so my last question for this Be a Life podcast is going to be: what advice would you give to somebody in your line of work to ensure that they're going to be successful, if not more successful than you? Because nobody likes to give advice to nobody to be like, a lot of people are selfish and they want to be on top, but at the end of the day, a good leader has to be a good follower. You have to know how to follow. You definitely know how to follow. If you can't put anyone in a better position than yourself, have someone like Kerry, for example, be a teacher and someone graduate and have more master's degrees than he does and come back to his classroom even after that and be like, you know what, Mr. Sloan, you taught me something. I've done all these things and I feel like you taught me something. So what advice would you give to somebody to make sure that they're in that seat?
My advice to everybody, most of the time, especially in my line of, I do counseling. I do, be a light. I'm trying to be, like I said, the ownership tip. Just do it. It's crazy that I wore a Nike shirt today, but for real, like everybody says it, but they never. It's like they always say it. Just do it. Everybody. We talked about this before. It's fear. Everybody's like, man, but if I do it, what if I? What if you don't? What if you do it and it does pop? What if you do it and you do make $1 million? Everybody said, what if I do it and I lose? Everybody thinks about the negative, man. Just do it. Step out on a limb. Walk by faith, man. You got to do it sometimes. I mean, this podcast is happening right now because Kerry just, for real, we just did it. He said, when do we start? I say the story all the time. When do we start? He said, today. We started, in our first couple of podcasts were trash. We both say it, but we kept going. We got better, progression. So I always tell people, man, stop talking about it. Just do it. I had people. I think I had a friend that wrote 100 goals in 2019, and every time he did it, he checked it out, checked it out, checked it out, checked it out. He did it on January. I mean, he wrote them, then he wrote more. As the months went, and he just checked them off as he went. But every time he wrote something down, he would just go try it at least, and he did a lot that year. So stop being afraid. Just do it. Shout out to Nike. Y'all gonna have to pay me for that. But
they're not gonna pay you, brother. They're not gonna pay you. We gotta stop doing that free promo. We always free promoing people. They're not gonna pay us, but we're gonna double back on this. We doubling back.
We're doubling back.
We're doubling back. But nah, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I like this question a lot because being a teacher, that's my whole goal. Like my number one goal as a teacher is to make people more successful than me. You know what I'm saying? I don't teach kids to go be teachers. Like that's not why I teach them. I teach kids, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not the top of the totem pole in America. It's not why I'm teaching kids. I'm teaching kids to be able to give them opportunity through my interaction with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching reading, but I'm not really just teaching them reading. I'm teaching them life. I'm teaching them respect. I'm teaching them morals. I'm teaching them order, discipline, the ones that don't have that in the home. I'm teaching all of that stuff, and I'm teaching them, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully coming across Mr. Sloan is going to impact you in a way more vast than just, you know what I'm saying, how to grammatically fix your sentences. Like, I'm trying to teach you, like, you know what I'm saying, like, how to really be driven towards your goals and how to really believe in yourself. But, man, another thing, though, I would add to what Jay Jones was saying, like, about just doing something, you know what I'm saying, because he addressed the podcast. I would say this, and I say this to anybody, just like he said, is address your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? And don't wear them. Like, don't wear your insecurities. Be conscious of them and address them so you could be transparent, because that's going to be the number one thing. I think, and that's at this level of my life, I'm telling myself every day, that's going to hold me back. Like, if I have an insecurity, if I got something that like is really on my heart, that's like, man, like I don't want people to know about this, or maybe something that makes me a little embarrassed, maybe something that's really like I can't, just let it go and address it. If you confront it, then now you saying that, you know what I'm saying, I don't want this in my life anymore. And that's going to take you to the next level, because there's certain things that we're not able to do in our career, like specifically as a teacher. If I don't address my insecurities, then I'll be masking who I am in front of these kids, and I won't be no different than any other teacher that come across them. You know what I'm saying? If I don't address my insecurities, then I won't be able to train the kids I train with other trainers, or be able to work for no money, because I think I need to make every dime off of every session I do. Like, you ain't gotta do that, bro. Like, you just gotta help these kids out, and they're gonna pay you. Like, they're gonna get you more pay in the future. Like, you ain't gotta always be trying to, you know what I'm saying, take people's money all the time and stuff like that. But that's an insecurity. Some people need to be validated, and that validation that you need is holding you back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you let go of that and you got everything you need from yourself, then your career is gonna be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even at that very moment, like, not even if, you know what I'm saying, because right now I ain't no millionaire. We ain't millionaires on this podcast. We chopping it up. You my little brother. You know how much money I make. Jay Jones, we in the same ballpark. We middle class. But as time is gonna progress, if we know that we have everything we need right now, then what is $1 million gonna do? What is $10 million gonna do? It's gonna be circulated, like Jay Jones said. Once you got stagnant money, it ain't good money no way. You got to keep growing it anyway. So you got to put into something else and get some more return on your investment. And now you're doing business, but that has nothing to do with our value. Like, we got to not hold on to insecurities, because insecurities are going to be the deals where we like, oh, I got to make this amount of money. I got to hold on to this money. I got to do this. Like, oh, so and so doing more numbers than me on his last album. We can't be on that. We got to be on, you know what I'm saying? I'm enough. I got this. I'm making this money. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm making this money, I can get rid of it and make some more money because of the value I have intrinsically. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Address your insecurities so you could be like that, like every day, because we all got them. We all got them. So,
Okay. Me personally, any advice that I would give any music, I feel like whenever I first got into doing music, I was a nuisance. I would go into the studio and I would give people while they were in the studio, I'd give them advice and they'd be like, man, who is this dude? Like go on somewhere. And I stumbled across this one artist that is actually doing a lot better than all the rest of my artists. You know, Young, his name Young, by the way. And he's doing pretty good, got his own record deal and everything like that. And he's one person that just stood out and was like, hey man, what'd you say about whatever the case may be? And I was like, you could just do this, this, and that. I don't expect no payment. I don't expect no thanks, bro, whatever the case may be. I just love my line of work. So by the ear, I'm just listening. I'm just giving advice off of what I hear. You know what I'm saying? And he's taking that, you know, by the grain of salt. And if he goes off and does great things one day, I don't expect nothing out of him. I don't expect no dime out of him. I don't expect anything. I just like the fact that I knew what those type of people were before. They can take that small advice and blow up and do whatever they can do and be great people. And that's just going to make me feel good just in my heart. I don't care about nothing in return.
That's dope. That's dope. Go ahead,
That's the best. No, I'll say that's what's up. That's the best people right there that do it out of love. Because when you do something out of love, it's real. I mean, I ain't gonna say no names, but I know people who used to do stuff just to get something in return. It's like, oh, if I give, he might be a millionaire one day, so I'm gonna take care of him because when he get big, I'm gonna need 10 million. You know, I'm gonna need $200 off my $5 I gave him. Man, when I do stuff, I just do it. I don't even care the money. If I did it out of love. Don't even come with that. I'm gonna pay you back. You good?
Mm-hmm.
You good? So that's what's up.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, Corey. I love that you brought that up about, you know, saying how you want to do that to give, because if you want that to be the case for you, for people to give you information like that, then you got to be that type of person and practice those types of habits. And then that's not going to be the end of great people coming across you to get advice, because great people, I think, at anything are always looking for more information. You know what I'm saying? Like they always asking questions. That's how I know somebody that's gonna be great at something, is because they constantly asking questions. They constantly looking for information. That's why I kind of pattern myself behind those great people, even if they're young. They could be like 14, 13, 12, 8, 6. If they ask a lot of questions, and when they ask those questions, they get answers and they use that information to better themselves, and I see it happen, then I know that they got a skill that's going to be timeless. Like the sky's the limit, because they can ask questions and they can take information and use it. That's like something that I think is powerful. So that's why I try to practice it myself. Like, and I give out free game all day. Like it's free game monopolists out here. We giving out free game. Everything I know, I'm kicking that back out to the world. So yes, sir.
I mean,
what's going on, bro? What you got going on, man?
he looking at the questions, man.
He looking at the questions. That's the last one, man.
I
But
was
no.
trying to see what my add-ons were, trying to see if I had anything. Because, you know, podcast, you got to make sure you get everything out. Because you just start like, hey, man, calling you at 12 a.m. and they be like, bro, leave me alone.
And you never know. I might just lose the video again.
You had your chance and you blew it.
Yeah, I heard you.
You know what I said, Corey? I might just lose the video again. I felt bad about that one. I ain't gonna lie. But we gonna this
drop the ball. Drop the ball like in the fourth quarter. The game went perfect pass too. Like, but I mean, talk about that thing about asking questions before we do get off. I got to shout out the late great Kobe Bryant, because I saw how much he followed. Like he used to freaking follow Jordan, even playing against him. When somebody shooting free throws, Kobe would be asking that man questions, and you see where it brought him. I mean, everybody say he copycat. He was a copycat of Jordan, but why not? Like that's the GOAT. Like if I could get in the same conversation as Michael Jordan in basketball, I ask him a million questions too. So
Michael
Yeah,
Jordan
ask
walked his
questions,
wife
y'all.
out. Walked his wife out. The commencement, Hall of Fame commencement. Walked his wife
Yeah.
out, and that shows that the greatness that man was in his, you know what I'm saying, in his questioning, in his want to be better. Like he just wanted to be better. Anybody that wants to be better at something is gonna ask questions. Like
Mhm.
if you stop asking questions, you know everything, you don't want to be better. You're a student of every single thing that you want to be great at. And I think that's, you know what I'm saying, Corey, you want to be a great rapper, you know all the great rappers, you know about Nas, you know about Jay, you know about the Wu-Tang clans, you know about Outkast, you know about all them. We want to be great podcasters. We know who's popping in the podcast world. We know ET the hip hop preacher and them got hot, you know what I'm saying, hot podcasts. We know about Earn Your Leisure. We know about all these podcasts. Joe Budden. You gotta know
Mhm.
about who's doing great things so that you can study. Because if you're not studying, then what are you doing? You in your own little world. And Pharrell said something the other day. He said creativity is like it says like we in a library and you in the universe, which is like a university. So when you use a creative idea, it's like you checking out a creative idea. Like it ain't like you created it yourself. You're checking it out because somebody else had this idea before. So you check it out and then you put it back. And just because you
Mhm.
checked it out one day don't mean it's gonna be there tomorrow. So it's like you gotta constantly have them creative juices flowing. And for real, bro, he a genius. That dude is like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, Neptunes, all that, man. That boy, and he don't age. And he drink some of that
Yeah,
water he on.
I know. What's the fountain of youth for
The fountain of
real?
youth. That man be on the fountain of youth. So man, that's
Yeah,
probably some of that green superfood or
right.
something. Huh?
You got that
Or what
Benjamin
you
Button.
say? That Benjamin Button.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That, that
uh,
Benjamin Button.
man, but we've been on here for a little bit. Case I heard her moving around in there doing something. So you brothers, I thank y'all for being on the podcast. Corey, thank you for gracing the podcast
Thank you.
You
with your
already know what it is.
presence.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Jay Jones, man, looks like we out of this thing.
Hey, salute.
Salute. Hey, y'all be light. All right.